have been immersed in transformation across the board, and I'm going to talk to you about that. It started in 2019, and basically we were running up some walls, both in traffic, sales, it just wasn't working anymore. Those coupons weren't working, and our strategy wasn't working. So we brought together IDEO and McKinsey, and we got to work. And we were really studied, what is it? Where is the headspace? Where do we go from here? We're mature, we have 1,300 stores. Where do we go? Because it's not working anymore. And so what we found previously, our strategy was really built on the concept that anybody can make. We just open up, if we get all of you to start baking and crafting with your kids and coming in, that we're gonna just open up this universe of makers. And that helped us in some categories, seasonal, kids, but what it didn't help us in our core categories, and we were actually falling asleep. We were asleep at the wheel in areas like jewelry making and knitting and those other technology and fine art. So what we did is we're doubling down on that core maker, and that is our strategy. Is really, we're here for the maker. We listened, and we are a completely customer-centric, maker-centric organization now. This is actually our new headquarters. We downsized 50% through COVID, and at the heart of it you can see that strategy. And here is one of our makers. This is one of the thousands of makers who engage with Michaels, and you can see her fabulous studio, her space, her makes, and this really truly is at the core of everything we do. And you're gonna meet a few more makers this morning. Along this journey, we touched really every part of the business. And this idea of listening, learn, and repeat, and doing that very quickly was foundational. In store, had a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do. We're 20,000 square foot box with about 40,000 SKUs with not a lot of design. And a lot of our stores are between 15 and 20 years old. And our makers told us, they basically said, your stores are cluttered. Hobby Lobby is more open. I can see things. I want a place to engage. And so we took those insights, again, customer maker insights, and we created a new prototype. We worked with an agency, an architecture firm out of the UK, DL and Powell. I'm not going to go through this, but we really tried to re-envision and remake the store in a more holistic way, all in answering to what are the adjacencies? What are those categories that we want to exploit and make more important, right? All, again, back to those insights. One of the things that we did is we created an experiential, to Trevor's point, a space at the front of the store. We gave it front right of the store, an open classroom, right? Prime real estate, where our makers can drop in, take classes, be a part of our programming. Opened up the store, improved sight lines, which we had none, and I'm going to remind us, this is in 20 stores. So we still have a ton of work to do, and actually operationalizing this, funding something like this, making a case for it, right? When you lower fixtures and you actually have to eliminate SKUs is hard work. So by no means are we figured out, but we are doing a lot of experimentation. Here you can see merchandised. We created 5 what we call inspiration hubs within the space. So rather than just feature newness and excitement at the front of the store, we've pulsed it throughout the space in these what we call inspiration hubs, little mini pop-up shops. Here's our fine art shop again. This is one of those growth categories for us that we learned we really need to double down on. New fixtures, better fixtures, open stock. Tried to learn from our friends at Sephora. We're still, again, it's always learning, but trying to, again, make it more interesting, more experiential. Our kids hub. And then actually giving back some space from merchandising, giving it back to the customer, whether it be a place to do a floral arrangement in our floral department, or just information and education on our end caps versus loading them up with stuff. And again, hard choices. Those merchants, man, those were really very incredible meetings, a lot of collaboration just to get, again, can you give us that power panel so we can actually put content on it and try to inspire our maker? So in addition, while we were doing that, we were also working on our go-to-market strategy, right? And again, that, we had really gotten into, like others, into this cycle of, promo and coupon. So we partnered with an agency, RGA. We worked with their Austin office, and here's what we believe. Without makers, we are canvas, paint, but not a painting. We're googly eyes and felt, but not a charming puppet. We're yarn and needles and thread, but we can't keep you warm. That's where our awesome, unique makers come in. They take our supplies and make them into something more. They make us into something more. They make us Michaels. And our platform is Michaels, made by you. I'm going to show you a little piece that tells that story.
Michaels is the biggest arts and craft retailer in North America. In an effort to stay that way, they got caught in a price war they couldn't win. They needed a new way forward, focusing on the one thing Amazon could never deliver, which it turns out wasn't a thing at all. It was Mary and Dana and Tisa, makers who could take this and turn it into something extraordinary. And in order to make the extraordinary happen, they needed a lot more than paint, paper, and canvas. So Michaels transformed from a warehouse for supplies into a creative champion for makers. We announced our new purpose with a comprehensive creative platform tagged Made by You.
So here we go.
So to begin,
choose your color palette.
I chose pink because why not pink?
Just goes on really nicely.
I am going to be using polka dots.
and the single crochet stitch.
Then I peel away the paper.
You can add some gold leaf, gems, colored paper.
And we've added a little dingle-dangle.
It's a paint pour.
A journal.
A crown pendant.
No matter what or why you make us more than yarn, paper, and canvas. You make us Michaels, made by you.
Made by You reoriented Michaels' purpose around maker needs and transformed their business in the process. They removed product that didn't support maker needs and added new products in collaboration with makers themselves. The store was reimagined, taking it from a place to shop to a place to create. We offered free live classes, how-tos, and inspiration.
Hey guys, I am Jennifer Perkins.
Hello, crochet friends, it's me.
I'm gonna walk you through the process of creating a moss mind map today.
We told makers stories, supported their causes, and gave exposure to their unique styles.
The Knickerbocker Market opened up right when the pandemic hit, and I thought they could use some help. I just really wanted to create something for the neighborhood.
I hope my art helps people see my happiness.
Business has been booming, or blooming, if you will.
And after showing up for makers, makers showed up for Michaels, solidifying Michaels' role in makers' lives in a way Amazon never could.
The other things that we're doing with this transformation also have to do with how we do business. We're super proud. They actually enabled us to get through the pandemic really successfully. In 3 weeks, we launched curbside pickup. So we could actually keep our stores open and keep arts and crafts flowing to customers, because actually the pandemic was, a lot of people were making things. So we did curbside pickup. 2 months later, we were able to roll out same-day delivery. And again, another safe, contact-free kind of a system. We're experimenting with shop and scan, moving into self-checkout. Again, we're 1,300 stores, very mature retailers. So we've got a lot of these things take time even just to create the space and the money to do it. We've recently announced our partnership with Instacart for same-day delivery, and so that's in the works as well. We're building community. We talked yesterday about diversity and inclusion efforts, and along with, and this has coincided with the work that we've done, around the makers, we've actually launched our MRG groups. We have 10 Michaels resource groups within the organization that are actually the kind of the soul and the heartbeat of the company. They inform, I love this, you belong at this craft table. Everyone, you're an integral part of creativity. You're welcome here. That shows up in our merchandising assortments, in how we hire, and a lot of engagement efforts. This is at our support center. Classes and events. We've always had classes and events. This is a renewed focus for us to make the store environment, even that much more engaging. We obviously have to navigate with COVID and things like that, and so, but we're innovating. We have free make breaks every Sunday. We do take and makes for kids once a month. We are doing ongoing, but again, this is labor, so figuring out how to make a case for that can be challenging. We launched online classes and events, again, with the pandemic. Couldn't do them in store. Right now, we have 1,400 classes that you can find and learn things that are online. Every week, we add 25 more to that. So we are engaged online with learning beyond what was ever possible. And again, this is that kind of agile mindset. Our head of education, she was literally creating videos in her living room, and we were posting them. I mean, it's not like they had to be super produced, because it was more important to teach people how to make masks than it was to get that perfect video out the door. We engage with our makers. Hashtag make it with Michaels is actually how we get that maker content. And so makers, if you look in our marketing, the content, the projects that we're showing are actually, back to the point, they're for the maker. We're celebrating them. We're actually tagging them to their Instagram to reward and honor and celebrate their work. And then where we're going next, the makerpreneur. There's a huge opportunity for us to be more relevant and more of a resource for that, for the makerpreneur. So this idea of going from dream, make, sell for the person who has a maker hustle or a business. We launched Michaels Pro this year. Again, this is another merchandising strategy essentially, which basically bundles products and makes them more affordable when you buy in quantity. And then finally, coming soon, this year, we're going to be launching our own Michaels Marketplace, an ecosystem that both supports that core maker, place where they can sell, learn, find community, and really fulfill their maker life. So thank you. That's it. Thanks for letting me share our story.